Are you ready for Little Rabbit's Kwanzaa? Shout out to Shane Evans, illustrator of the book. I see you, my brother. Here we go. Little Rabbit was not having a very good Kwanzaa. Being the littlest rabbit in the family wasn't easy. He couldn't remember the names of all the days. He wasn't allowed to light the candles. His brothers and sisters made wonderful gifts to share. Little Rabbit was too embarrassed to share his gifts. He hated being the youngest. He was always in the way, and everybody told him he was too little to help. Little Rabbit hopped out and sang on a big gnarled tree stump. He really wanted to go and talk to Grandma Rabbit. She was very wise. Little Rabbit sat and thought. He thought about all the things his Grandma said about Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa is a special time when we help each other. That's what Grandma Rabbit said. That's it, Little Rabbit jumped up and danced around. I'll bring Grandma Rabbit a special treat for Caramel. That will make her feel better. Whoop. Little Rabbit hopped down the road. Where you going so fast, Mama Oreo asked Little Rabbit. I'm going to find a tasty treat for Grandma Rabbit. She's sick. I want her to have a good caramel. Little Rabbit hopped away. Mama Oreo didn't know what Kwanzaa was or caramel was, but she knew Grandma Rabbit. Grandma Rabbit always brought out the warm seed cakes and worm pudding when the weather got cold. Poor Grandma Rabbit, said Mama Oreo. I wish there was something I could do to help. Little Rabbit stopped by the side of the path. He looked under some logs to see if he could find something special for the Grandma Rabbit. What are you doing, Little Rabbit asked Groundhog, sticking his head out of a patch of grass. I'm trying to find a zawadi for Grandma Rabbit. She's sick. I want her to feel better. Little Rabbit hopped off. Groundhog didn't know what zawadi was, but he knew Grandma Rabbit. She always had time to make little toys for the animals when they were bored. Poor Grandma Rabbit, said Groundhog. I wish there was something I could do to help. Little Rabbit hopped down the pond. Maybe he could find something pretty for Grandma Rabbit. What are you doing? Little Rabbit asked the frogs. I'm looking for something pretty for Grandma Rabbit. She's sick. She should have something pretty to hang on the wall at Kwanzaa time. Little Rabbit scratched an ear and hopped away. The frogs didn't know anything about Kwanzaa time, but they knew Grandma Rabbit. She could paint beautiful pictures and write wonderful poems. Poor Grandma Rabbit, said one of the frogs. I wish there was something we could do to help. Little Rabbit hopped through the field looking for berries. Where are you going, Little Rabbit? Mama Field Mouse asked. She was dragging all of her children behind her. Granny Rabbit is sick, said Little Rabbit. I'm going to make sure she has a good caramel. I'm going to find as many berries as I can. Little Rabbit looked proud as he hopped through the meadow. Mama Field Mouse didn't know anything about caramel, but she knew Granny Rabbit. Granny Rabbit helped out with the children when Mama Field Mouse had to run errands. Poor Granny Rabbit, said Mama Field Mouse. I wish there was something I could do to help. Little Rabbit scampered through the trees. Good morning, Little Rabbit, said Papa Squirrel. Why are you sniffing around those trees? I'm looking for something to give Granny Rabbit. She's sick. I wanted to have her to have a good Kwanzaa. Little Rabbit hopped away. Poor Papa Squirrel didn't know anything about Kwanzaa, but he knew Granny Rabbit. She always helped him gather nuts in the fall. She even helped him remember where he hid them. Poor Granny Rabbit, said Papa Squirrel. I wish there was something I could do to help her. Little Rabbit spent the whole day trying to find something for Granny Rabbit. He searched as hard as he could, but he didn't find anything at all. He was very sad. I guess I am too little to do anything. As the sun was setting, he hopped slowly home. When he opened the door, he had a big surprise. Everyone was there. Granny Rabbit was sitting in the big chair with a huge smile on her face. The frogs had brought pink flowers from the lily pads. Mama and Papa Spider hung them from the ceiling like lanterns. Mama Oriole was conducting a fine chorus of birds. Groundhog brought little toys and gifts for everyone. Mama Field Mouse had gotten together with Mama Possum and Mama Raccoon to make a delicious feast. The air was full of excitement. Mama Rabbit served the plates and Little Rabbit ate till he thought he would burst. After that, Papa Rabbit told funny stories about Brer Rabbit, Anansi the Spider, Guinea Fowl, and Mosquito. The stories made everyone laugh. Then Papa Spider plucked on his web strings, Cricket got out his fiddle, and all the animals had a wonderful dance. Granny Rabbit taught everyone a new word. Harambe! She called out as her friends danced. It means, let's pull together. We don't need anyone to tell us that, said Papa Squirrel. We're already pulled together. Everyone laughed and shouted, Harambe! 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 When the caribou was over, Little Rabbit sat with his granny in the big chair. Why are you so sad, Little Rabbit? His granny asked. Didn't you have a good time? Yes, Little Rabbit said quietly, but I wanted to do something special for you. Granny Rabbit just laughed. You silly rabbit, she said, hugging Little Rabbit tight. If you hadn't gone off looking for caribou this morning, it would never have found its way here tonight. Little Rabbit frowned. But I'm the only one who didn't have anything to share. His granny smiled. You shared your dream, Little Rabbit, and your dream brought all our friends and neighbors together. That's a big thing. Little Rabbit felt proud. My dream did all that? Yes. I'm not surprised though, his granny said. Why not? Little Rabbit asked. I see a Canara. Because I have faith in you. If you have faith, Little Rabbit, there's always hope. Oh, I'll try to remember that, Little Rabbit said, yawning. By the way, said Granny Rabbit, snuggling him close, this was the best caribou ever. And that is it. The